Okay, I said I wasn't going to beat it with a hammer. I lied. We're getting ready to silence this guy. He's making concrete countertops. I like that. Today is going to reveal the inner workings of the cross-travel clutch, friction clutch. And so we're going to get right on it. I did remove the lead screw, and in turn I also removed the engage I removed the half nuts. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, so this is what the lead screw looks like sitting outside of the lathe. And that was pretty straightforward. I removed I just simply removed this from the lead screw, and I guess I had to remove that collar also, that coupling collar, and it just pulled straight away. I pulled this shaft free, let this thing drop down, and pulled it out this direction. You couldn't go out this direction because the fat side of the screw wouldn't get past this gear here. So it had to go that direction. I have been banging on this a little bit. You'll see what condition this is in now. I can't see. Okay. We have a lot of exposure here. I assume I'm thinking in a few moments we're gonna have this piece in hand. And I do have a plan for getting this all back together. I'll share it with you. In the meantime, let's get this thing turned over. All right, here we go. I have been using my newly found drifts as drifts. It's flush there. So I have a smaller pin. I'm waiting for that to hit the floor any second now. There we go. Beautiful. First off, we have our oil cap for our lantern style oiler, drip oiler indicator window. Oh man. And where are the threads? The threads are apparently right here. The threads are apparently down inside here. So let's flip this over and see what we lost, what we find. And we're going to flip it this direction. Okay. Okay, I'm going to point it out on this one because it's a little easier to see. So basically, I have that same setup here. There's a screw head right there. Now, I'm asking myself, where is the threading? Where is the threading? Because here we got this, we can thread this in and out, that tightens up. So I first spouted out that the threading was down inside here, at the bottom of this shaft, but I don't know if that's true or not. Let's get that key lined up. There's a washer. Let's see what's under that washer. Okay. Yeah, there's a bush in there. This might very well be the screw. So my plan to reassemble this is going to be to employ some hot and cold, and I'm going to shrink the parts I need to with dry ice and expand the parts I need to with MAP gas. Okay, we're going to repeat this. Okay, I want to demonstrate what this is over here on its big brother. So we got what looks like a slotted screw. There's a wire going through that. The wire wraps around, and then the two pieces are twisted together and then snipped off and tucked into there. So that wire is retaining that screw, if that is a screw. Now, at first I thought those were kind of angled, but that's perfectly flat. So that's the same thing over here. Now, see, I can dig that out, but I'm not sure if I need to access that or not as of yet. It all depends on whether or not this rod threads into this cone. If this is where the threads are, there's no need to disturb that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this in and I'm going to set it up like this. I'm going to fill up that thing with PB Blaster and let that soak. And if there are threads there, we will find them. All right. Well, Not quite as revealing as I thought it was going to be, but it was very interesting to see this setup here. Now, imagine that's what's holding the brass piece down. I have lots of play there. I don't think I have any threads in there. I think the threads are going to be in this cone. And if I can loosen those threads up, it all goes back together. You know. Yeah, Bob's your uncle and all that. Okay. Here's a better look at these oil lines. Let me see if you're actually seeing that or not. Turn on my viewer. Okay. Yeah, here's a better look at those oil lines. There's one down here, 2, 3. They come out obviously on top of the apron here. I'd like to see some down on this end. Some of the things I'm taking for granted. This gear here is just floating around in here. This gear rides on this shaft. And that is the, that allows the hand wheel to spin freely, independent of the slide. See, look, it's almost in place there. So these, you know, we're only looking at right here. The worm gear, whatever this gonna get, conical gear, the gear underneath it, and the drive gear here. So the idea is when this thing gets sucked down in there, this surface grabs this surface. Yeah, we'll have to I may take 1/1000th of an inch off of the bottom of this shaft. The part that sticks out of the machine, it isn't going to hurt. Okay, and let's go look at the half nuts while they're, I didn't want to move that. That's where it was at. I was thinking if I was going to let everything soak in PB Blaster, that would just give me time to start taking the gearbox off. Okay, I gotta activate the screen so I can see that we're seeing the same thing. Let's take it in here for better light. So that is definitely a Babbitt gear, or I mean that's poured in there. There's no shims to speak of. But you know what? It's doing fine the way it is. No adjustment needed at this time. Rides on this machine surfaces here, and then my thumb. There's a pin. Okay, there's a pin to the left there. I got my hands full, I can't point to it. Just a curiosity really, but we have this pin here, this hole, and we have this hole. And we have clearance here for half a hole. And here's more clear evidence that that's a Babbitt, that's a poured. Yeah, that's soft. So we need to look up at the parts diagram and see if I'm missing a locating pin, it should go here. Otherwise, the only thing that goes in there is obviously that goes under that one, so yeah, that's all there. And that pin there goes in the top, the other position. Okay, take us back out here for cleaning. Okay, we're going to make that the end of, it's going to be part 2 on the powered crossfeed clutch, let's call it. You don't want to say apron, because all of a sudden your viewership goes way up because someone thinks you're going to take your apron off. Wow, that's really troublesome. My videos get 60 to 300 views, in the first, day or two. Removing the apron, part 2, is like 1,400 views in 10 hours. And the only thing I can think is it's someone thinking that they're going to see underneath somebody's apron. Nothing to see here. Sorry. Okay, guys. I am also recording this for prosperity on the Borno TLC camera, time-lapse camera. And I am also referencing sectional plan of apron at R&R, and I believe this is for a different lathe, but this one is printed very poorly. This is the 12. This is the right one here. And this is also the 12-inch. And this one is a 20-inch, I believe.